The average household in Australia wastes just over $1,000 a year in food. And that means that 40% of a typical curbside rubbish bin is made up of things that have gone off or are leftovers. The biggest offenders are young people and families with children. Leanne Compton from the Home Economics Institute of Australia explains why we throw out so much food.
I think there are companies in Australia that are producing lots of food, and that it's quite cheap and it's processed foods, but really as consumers we need to have the knowledge and the skills about how to prepare simple basic foods using ingredients, and often we find that consumers are unaware of how to prepare simple basic meals that they can cook for families, and so they tend to purchase foods in supermarkets that perhaps are bulk and that they have lots of leftovers and they don't know how to perhaps safely store the foods or how to then reuse the leftovers, so that food is then thrown out, unfortunately.
Do we also tend to overbuy? We get a bit enthusiastic when we get down to the supermarket?
Definitely, and I think supermarkets do a lot of advertising. They advertise about value for money, but really people are overbuying, when really if we had products in smaller amounts in the supermarket, and they're quite aggressive in terms of their marketing, and that they tell us to purchase more foods because it's better value, but really it isn't better value because we're going to throw it out at the end of the week.
Are we also losing the ability to be creative with leftovers? With so many cooking shows at the moment, we have become, I guess, slave to recipes, and we no longer know how to put together something from what we've got left over in the fridge or in the cupboard.
Definitely, and you think about the cooking shows on television, that really they're not showing us how to prepare basic, simple recipes for families. A lot of the foods are special foods that you wouldn't eat a lot of every week.
Families, I guess, are one thing, but when you come to single young people, takeaways always seem to be a very attractive choice, because it's hard to buy things in small quantities, isn't it, and just make small individual meals.
Exactly. And a lot of fast food restaurants, or even restaurants, will upsize, for an extra 50 cents or an extra $1, you get, so much more food, but you don't need that food. And often the food is high in fat and high in salt, and it's not real food. And so we're purchasing so much more, but really it's not the simple basic foods that we need.
Leanne Compton, thank you.
Thank you.